You can be a good father. You can do everything right and still get treated like a deadbeat. You want the clearest proof that child support ain't about a child? Here it is. Money is mandatory. Presence is optional. Let me say that again because you didn't hear me and that was a gem. Your money is mandatory, but your presence is optional. And the system enforces that aggressively. If child support was really about the child, but you're not, you'd be required to see your child. But you are required to pay. And watch what happens when the money stops. I dare you. I triple dare you. Miss one payment. Just one payment. Wage garnishment, license suspended, passport blocked, threats of jail. Ain't no warning. There is no grace period. There's no, sir, Fearless, what's going on in your life? Just enforcement. And they'll suspend your license. They'll take them away. Now you can't even drive to work. You can't go see your kid. You can't even function. And if you get caught driving anyway, go ahead and drive. Now you a criminal. And if you still, after all of that, you still can't pay, nothing's gonna happen to you, right? Nothing. Oh, they just gonna put you in jail. You ever sit in your car staring at your phone, knowing you can't even call your kid because you don't even know if she'll answer? Damn. Yeah, that's what it does to you. And while you sitting in that cell, don't worry about it, man. They don't make you pay in then. Nah. The debt just keeps stacking. Interest, fees, penalties. So when you come out, oh, you worse than you went in. Not fixed, not helped. You just in a deeper hole. Now let's flip that. Let's flip the script. She blocks your access. She doesn't answer the phone when you call. She don't even answer the door when you come over to visit. She violates every court order there is. What happens to her? I mean, what they gonna do to her? You know what? Absolutely nothing. No warrants, no penalty, no enforcement, nothing. Think you good? You file your paperwork and you wait. You document everything. Oh, you know what? You even hire a lawyer and you can't even afford one. You go to court and you present your evidence and the judge tells her, let me see. Ma'am, let him see the child. Let him see his child. And then what? She just does it again, and you back at square one. You didn't hear me the first time, did you? Because your presence is optional. And here's where it gets impossible. If you already broke, how you supposed to get a lawyer? You ain't got no money. You can't. So you just take it with no Vaseline. You miss your visits. You miss the birthdays. You miss your time. Not because you don't care, but because you don't even have the money to fight, man. You trying, baby. You trying to do what's necessary. You working 40 hours a week. You paying your child support. You are trying to survive. But that's not enough. And when you take the child support out, you can't pay your rent. You can't pay your bills. You barely eating. You just call it a diet because you can't afford no food. So what you supposed to do? You be a man, you step up. You know what you say? All right, you gonna work more because you gonna do it right. 60 hours, 70 hours, double shift, weekend work, Uber driving, no rest, you doing it all. And then she take you back to court. And now your child support is based on your new income, not your original job, not your normal life. You struggle just to fit the baseline. So now you're not working overtime to get ahead. You working overtime just to stay even. And here's the contradiction. They tell you, Fearless, sir, you should be in your child's life. He needs a father. When are you supposed to do that? I'm working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and on the weekend just to keep up. So now you're missing your visits. Not because you don't care, but because the system, I told you, makes it impossible. And your kid, they don't see the sacrifice. They don't see the effort. They just see that daddy ain't there. Daddy don't love me. He don't pick me up. They don't know she blocks you. They don't know you went to court trying to fight with everything you could. They don't know you fighting. They just know daddy ain't show up. Daddy ain't give me no presents for my birthday. And that's the part that breaks you. Because you did show up, just not the way they could see. Now everything in your life just starts stacking. What you gotta do? You need a bigger apartment just for the 4 days out the month that you might see your child. Think about that. You paying for a 2-bedroom apartment for someone who may or may not be there for 4 days out the month. But you have to. You gotta do it. You gotta have that extra space and those extra utilities, because if you don't, they'll just tell you, you don't have the adequate space to see your child. And then you lose even more time. So now you paying child support, you paying extra rent, you paying utilities, you paying health insurance. Everything in your life has doubled, but your time with your child, because that's cut in half. That time is cut in half. And then here come tax season. You think, at least, man, it's tax season, I'm gonna get some relief. Nope. You know what she do? She claims the child. And then she gets the tax credits, the deductions, and the benefits. And you? Oh man, you back at square one because you don't get nothing. And try to say something. I dare you. Say anything. You know what society's gonna call you? A deadbeat. Somebody who don't care. Oh, sir, you are irresponsible. Meanwhile, you're the one that's one missed payment away from going to jail. So you trapped. You working nonstop. You paying nonstop. You fighting nonstop. Just to be seen as nothing. And here's what nobody wants to admit. You can do everything right. You can do everything right. You can be perfect. You can work nonstop. You can pay on time. You can show up when you allowed, and you can still lose. Because the system ain't designed for you to win. I keep telling you that. It's designed for you to pay. Because even if you want 50-50 custody, you're a good man. I want to see my kid 50-50. Even if you want to actually be there, she gonna fight you. Not because it's bad for the kid, but because it's bad for her wallet. She gonna fight you tooth and nail. Because if you had a kid half the time and her payment drops, baby, if her payment get cut in half, she ain't gonna let that happen. She gonna object. She gonna delay. She gonna make it as impossible as possible. And the court gonna side with her. They gonna side with her. Meanwhile, you the one paying. You the one showing up. You the one working 70 hours a week. You the one got an extra bedroom for somebody who may not be there, and you still lose it. And your kid? Your kid doesn't see a father who's working himself to death. They just see a father who ain't never around. A father who's stressed all the time. Look what happened to me. I ain't got no hair. I lost it all because of this. A father who is always broke, and over time, your kid just stop asking where you are. They just stop expecting you to show up because she been telling him something. And the system made it impossible for you to prove otherwise. So now you alienated from your child. Not because you abandoned them, not because you walked out, but because the system bled you dry. And you couldn't even be the father that you wanted to be, that you said you would be, that you promised that you would be. And here's what nobody wants to admit. You think the system is broken. You think the system broken? Nah, bruh. The system is working exactly the way it's supposed to be. See, the government makes money when you pay. She makes money when you pay. The lawyers make money when you fight. And you just keep losing. You lose your money. You lose your time. You lose your relationship with your kid. And when it's all said and done, your kid just think you didn't care. Because the system made it impossible for you to show them otherwise. Man, think about that. But no matter what, stay sharp, stay strong, stay fearless. Because you either gonna be fearless or you gonna be forgotten by the system, by your kid, by everybody. Stay sharp.